Why aren't you conforming to the standards that I made up about you in my head? Is that not giving mentally ill? Like, let's be so for real right now.
This is why we can't have nice things.
For a country where bullying is taken so seriously, Korean fans did not miss a beat when bullying Sunghan out of Rise.
This is a video of Sunghan walking past the funeral flowers, just so you see how bad the bullying was.
Apparently, in South Korea, where women are infatuated with every male idol, it's a crime for said male idols to actually have a love life.
I think I want to marry you. You have two choices, yes or yes.
Do you know how many cigarettes I would smoke if I was a K-pop idol with the amount of stress that those stands put on me?
Ew, I hate you. Yeah, I hate myself too.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Apparently, fans in Korea are mad that the motherfucker had a girlfriend.
What in the parasocial mess is this?
Hello, I'm Salem, and welcome to my commentary channel, where we take serious topics and dissect them in a not so serious way. However, this topic is gonna have a different tone because y'all are going way too far.
Both dogs decided to come chill with me today on my bed. It literally smells like a battle of Fritos versus Doritos. Do you have anything to say, Roxy? That's her version of saying, remember to like and subscribe. Hello everybody, my name is Salem, and welcome back to my channel. In Bed With Me edition, once again. This time, I'm not feeling sick in a traditional sense. I am feeling sick of all this buffoonery though, especially today's topic. But anyways, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling well rested. I don't know what's going on with Kenji. He's acting demon-possessed, just like these demon-possessed fans in the whole K-pop scene that we're gonna be talking about today. If you guys haven't watched my last video on the body positivity movement, go ahead and watch that. It's a very interesting watch. I talk about how we're kind of entering a new era in society of bringing back skintiness, mostly because of the resurgence of the Y2K aesthetic, as well as Ozempic and also body positivity influencers and celebrities ditching the movement now that it's seen as no longer profitable because rich people get Ozempic and poor people get body positivity, you know? So definitely give that a watch if you're not up to date with my channel. But in today's video, we are going to be talking about something that is not so positive. The dark, twisted, and toxic side of the K-pop industry and the rise of really dangerous and damaging parasocial relationships that a lot of K-pop netizens have with K-pop idols. K-pop. I love K-pop. Do you guys remember that TikTok that went viral a while back of that girl saying that she loves K-pop?
I'm taking Bebop to the K-pop store today.
I'm so happy. I love K-pop.
K-pop. K-pop. My lips aren't moist enough to make that noise. There you go. The K-pop industry is a completely different beast. They are just built different, okay? To the point where K-pop stars are not called pop stars. That would be too basic. They are called idols because they put in so much hard work to be close to perfect performers, musicians, singers, and so much more. Hours and hours upon training, dancing, putting themselves on really restrictive diets to be the Avengers of pop stars, which is why so many people love them, but also why many people are super toxic towards them. I'm not scared of this type of army, okay? I'm scared of this type of army, which I'm a part of, by the way. Y'all, please forgive my poor execution. It's a good thing I'm not an idol because I would have no fans. I would be bankrupt. K-pop stans are just built different. They have so much power, and when they get together, crazy things can happen, either good or bad. We are going to be talking about a situation that has transpired where it's more of the bad. And when I say that it's bad, I mean it's bad. I'm talking sending thousands and thousands of funeral flowers to Sun Hong from the K-pop idol group Rise in front of their building, harassing him day and night, cyberbullying him day and night, ruining his debut, asking to get him banned from the group forever. And you're probably thinking, what did this guy do to deserve all of this? He must have done something really bad if he's pissed off these people this badly. What did he do? Burn down an orphanage? Did he go to Thailand and punch Mudang in the face? Well, everybody, keep your socks on and your nipples on because they're about to get blown off when I tell you the reason as to why this behavior is happening. People are upset that this man had a girlfriend. Really? It's just going way too far. And the fact that SM Entertainment, the entertainment group that is supposed to support their K-pop idol groups and protect their idols, are doing nothing about it, about the harassment, the bullying, and the literal funeral flowers being delivered to, is absolutely ridiculous. So many of you guys are probably looking at this video of like, I don't care about K-pop. Why am I gonna watch this video? I don't even like K-pop. Which, first of all, no taste. Absolutely no taste. It's giving bland bread. Second, this is a problem that goes way deeper than K-pop idols singing and dancing on stage. It's getting to a point where it's just not healthy and normal behavior to be this obsessed with people that you do not know. Parasocial relationships are getting so bad. Just this strange entitlement people have been showing towards celebrities. For example, Chaperone, when she just wanted to set boundaries with fans about photos, prioritizing her mental health, and how much backlash she got. Just this attitude of, well, you wanted to be famous, so you signed up for this. You knew what you were gonna get into. When it's like, no. They signed up to get their talents appreciated, to have their voice be heard, their musical and dancing abilities out there for the world to see. I don't think that being body shamed, being harassed daily, and going through stuff like this is part of the job. So we need to chat about it because it needs to stop. And shout out to my follower SpaceBunny.48 on Instagram and 7forever04 on Twitter for keeping me updated on the situation, because it truly is a topic that needs to be discussed. This is gonna be a long one, so grab some water, your favorite snacks, get into bed with me, and let's yap away. But y'all know the drill. I gotta pay my bills. So here's a word from our sponsor of today's video, Shopify. I love shopping, but I especially love online shopping. But one thing I don't really like is when online shopping becomes confusing and overwhelming. And if you are an online shop owner, I'm sure you also don't want to be overwhelmed or confused when selling your product or launching your website or keeping track of all your sales. Well, thankfully, that's where Shopify comes in. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shopify is an e-commerce platform that helps businesses sell products online and in person. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Because businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. So upgrade your business today so that you can sell homemade candles, sweet treats, or K-pop chains. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/Salem Tovar, which is all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Salem Tovar to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/Salem Tovar. There is a really huge community aspect to K-pop. Fans are super dedicated to their favorite idols or favorite groups, and they'll even give themselves fan base names. For ATEEZ, their fans are called a tiny. The fan base name for the K-pop music group 21 is Blackjack. Girl, tell me why my dyslexia made me read that as Jack Black. I apologize. Honestly, what if I started calling my fans Jack Black? That'd be iconic, I feel. Discussion topic 1. The rise of K-pop fan culture and how it can quickly go wrong, and how the K-pop industry, toxic fans, and how entertainment groups enable this type of behavior. K-pop fans are so powerful. I am 100% convinced. Give them one day and they will find the lost city of Atlantis, bro. That is how powerful they are. And it's really cool to see something bring people of all different races, languages to cross those barriers and come together in the name of just really enjoying someone's art. It's really cool to see. But there's also a side to all of this that isn't very nice. Let me give you guys the rundown as to what it looks like when this type of behavior goes too far. K-pop idol group Rise, who debuted last September with 7 members under SM Entertainment, had their debut sabotaged by someone leaking photos of members Sunhung kissing his now ex-girlfriend and him smoking, which sparked so much rage and anger that Korean fans wanted him gone. He apologized for smoking and dating, stating that he was sorry for betraying and hurting the fans, but because of this, he was put on an indefinite hiatus. This year, we got news that he was going to return to the group. The K-pop community celebrated, but unfortunately, a lot of Korean K-pop fans sent out thousands of funeral wreaths with death wishes written on them and threatens to boycott them. People even filmed themselves dancing in front of these death funeral flowers. I just don't understand how it gets this bad. I'm sorry, but the punishment absolutely doesn't match the sin. I mean, American stars can do straight up crack and sing about it, and people will still be vibing to it, you know? Speaking of, I'm going to the Charlie XCX tour tonight. I'm so excited. That's why my makeup is like this. I'm gonna be slaying. And honestly, with all this pressure that K-pop idols are under, I would be doing things that were way worse than smoking a cigarette, okay? I would be throwing hands. Okay?
What's your name, dude?
Certified Turtle.
Are you out your fucking mind? Get him out of here, man. Yep. Hey, come on, man. You Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker.
It's no wonder why K-pop idols eventually burn out, because these pressures are just too much for one person to handle. If they can't turn to the fans for help, and if they can't turn to their partners for help because fans get mad at them for having partners, then what are they stuck with? The management group. But what happens if these idols can't even rely on the management groups to protect them or to give them the proper resources to stay stable? If we keep going down this rabbit hole, things are gonna get worse. And we're already seeing that in the K-pop industry. For those of you guys who aren't aware of how the K-pop industry works, there are a couple of entertainment groups that debut K-pop idols in groups. And there are some that are like the top most famous idol entertainment groups who have found a lot of success. JYP Entertainment, there is Hybe Corporation, YG Entertainment, and SM Entertainment. And SM Entertainment is considered like the big three companies. Some of their artists include Girls' Generation, SHINee, EXO, Red Velvet, and of course their debuted group Rise. SM Entertainment is under a lot of fire for allowing this type of toxic behavior, because very often these K-pop management groups will give in to what the fans want, even though it shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, these entertainment groups should be doing whatever they can to protect the idols, their safety, and their future, rather than what user 299 says on Twitter. To a certain extent, I understand why business-wise, these entertainment groups may prioritize what fans want and say, because they want these pre-debut idol groups to be successful. So they are going to heavily rely on what the fans say of like, oh, maybe we don't like this sound, or we like more of this sound, or we want to see more of this person dancing or singing. But the one thing that I don't understand is how these management groups will also listen to the bad apples among the crowd who are saying things like, kick out this person because she's not pretty enough to be in the group. I think listening to negative feedback and valid criticism can help anyone grow. But there's a difference between negative criticism and then literally telling people to go off themselves simply because they're not skinny enough or they don't meet the fantasy that is in someone's head. Why aren't you conforming to the standards that I made up about you in my head? Is that not giving mentally ill? Like, let's be so for real right now. It's giving parasocial relationships, for real. And if you guys have been watching me for a long time, I have talked about parasocial relationships for a while because they're very much real and they're very much more common than you think, and they're especially super common in the K-pop industry. And a lot of people don't think that it's a real problem because people confuse being in a parasocial relationship for being a fan. And it seems like you guys may need a lesson in the difference.
Discussion topic 2. You're not a fan, you're in a parasocial relationship. How the dark and twisted side of the K-pop industry feeds fans' egos and entitlement.
Even outside of K-pop, this can happen to anyone with anything from anywhere. The difference between being a fan of something and being in a parasocial relationship with something or someone lies in the deep nature of the emotional connection and investment in said celebrity or person or whatever. First, being a fan. Being a fan means that you enjoy someone's artwork. You enjoy what they stand for. You like them. You enjoy their content or work. It could be music, acting, kayaking, I don't know. But many times their admiration is based on an appreciation for the person's talent, creativity, and hard work that they put into their content or artwork in general. Casually and or intensely, they understand that this interaction is one that is fan and celebrity based. They have their own individuality outside of this person and can live regularly if this person changes their their hair, or decides to get into a relationship.
And that, my friends, is how you can be a fan. Sounds easy, right? Well, you'd be surprised at the amount of people who fail at this very easy thing to do.
Parasocial relationships look a lot different. In a parasocial relationship, fans go beyond admiration. They not only feel a personal connection to this celebrity or influencer, but they also feel a very strong emotional attachment to the celebrity, even though, again, it's one-sided, which can lead to feelings of entitlement or feelings that that person also knows you. The fan often believes that they know the celebrity on a personal level, almost as if they're a friend or even a boyfriend or partner. The relationship can become deeply ingrained in the fan's emotional life. There is no individuality. It can influence their mood. Everything that the celebrity does can influence this person's mood, their thoughts, how they go about their day. They're affected by the celebrity's perceived emotions, successes, and failures, as if they are personally involved in their lives. And this can lead to premeditated resentments, unrealistic expectations, and strong feelings of disappointment and even betrayal when the celebrity or artist or whatever doesn't act the way that the parasocial person wants them to. And that sounds like this situation right now. A lot of these toxic fans aren't fans. They're in a parasocial relationship with these celebrities and idols to the point where they cannot fathom seeing these idols as individuals or having a life outside of the made-up beliefs they made of them in their head. Because in their head, these idols are meant to be cute and innocent, never make a mistake, to be perfect, to basically be this entertainment robot and nothing else, that when this idol decides to wear something that's different, switch up their aesthetic, get into a relationship, or anything of that sort, it triggers the hell out of people in parasocial relationships because they want that person to remain the same.
They want the person that they are obsessing over to not only stay the same, but they want them to stay compliant, submissive, so that they could have some sort of form of control over the person they're obsessing over. It's actually strange how normalized it is for celebrities in general, but especially K-pop idols, for them to be completely stripped of their bodily autonomy. And it's almost as if these management groups and entertainment groups who are in charge of these K-idol groups and idols don't really care how the K-pop idol groups are treated when fans show up to their meet and greets in wedding dresses, or when fans call their favorite idols and do stuff like this.
Baby, I think I wanna marry you. You have two choices, yes or yes.
Okay. But I'm the right for being too hot. You have the right to remain sexy. But everything you say can and will make me blush. So, put your hands in the air and come to kiss me.
Call the police. We need to call the police.
Like, bro, clearly they're uncomfortable, but it's almost as if they're required to not break the fantasy in order to spare the feelings of these delusional fans, and it's not fair. They're not allowed to break the illusion of being a perfect idol.
In the mind of a fan, it simply just looks like Senhung was a young man who, before turning into a K-pop idol, had a life, had a girlfriend, was being young. And obviously smoking isn't the best thing for any of us to do, but everyone does mistakes when they're young. And it's just not that big of a deal. But to someone who's in a parasocial relationship, looks at that cigarette as a bazooka. They look at that picture of him kissing another girl
and feel like they were personally cheated on.
The way that they translate things in their brain is not the same as what is happening in reality. It kind of reminds me of when K-pop fans in Korea were going crazy about Suga from BTS getting arrested for a DUI. People on the internet were freaking out, calling him a horrible person, that he's a bad example. When in reality, bro, okay, I'm trying to be serious. When in reality, he was just intoxicated on a scooter. Yeah, I'm actually, bro, I have tears. I have literal tears, bro. Guys, look, It's not cool to drink and drive, okay? Obviously, if you're planning to get intoxicated or if you accidentally get intoxicated because you lost track of how many drinks or whatever you were taking because you were just trying to have a good time or whatever, you should probably get someone else to transport you somewhere, or you should probably just stay where you're at until you feel better. But let's be so for real right now. People were acting as if the man ran over 15 grandmas. Thankfully, he was safe. Everyone was safe. Yoongi doing this did not deserve the exaggerated ass response that K-netizens and toxic K-pop fans gave him, because they also sent him death funeral wreaths demanding that he also get removed from BTS, which first of all ain't gonna happen. Second, girl, let's calm all the way down. I swear, y'all have your favorites and pick and choose who gets to get canceled or not over the weirdest things. Meanwhile, there are actual K-pop idols who are dating people who are extremely problematic, and y'all will stand the actual criminal and not be doing this much to get them kicked out of any groups or anything. It just doesn't add up, okay? Also, the fact that the whole funeral wreath flower things is like something that has happened more than once is crazy to me. I swear, a K-pop idol could sneeze wrong and y'all will be like, death. Like, huh? And the fact that none of these entertainment groups are doing nothing about it or telling fans like, hey, you should probably not send literal death threats to our idols is like actually insane to me. It's almost as if a lot of these management groups are kind of like, well, see, this is what happens when you disobey. Bro, these idols literally are the reason why y'all are rich. They deserve to be protected and respected, especially when the situations aren't even as bad as other situations out there right now. If management companies and fans keep letting this behavior slide, who knows where that could lead to? Who knows how bad it can get?
영상을 다시 볼 때마다 언니는 행복해요. 언니말대로 요즘 생활은 별로 즐겁지 않지만 5년을 만날 수 있다는 생각에 기대되고 지금 이 순간도 행복하고 그래서 5년아 정말 고마워요. 원영이 팬이 될 수 있어서 너무 행복합니다.
Final discussion topic. Bringing back the humanity in the inhumane way K-pop idols, celebrities, influencers, and more are treated.
Everything a K-pop idol does is under a microscope. The way they look, their weight, their hair, the way they walk, the way they dance, the way they eat, the way they breathe. They can't even take a chant in peace without someone trying to rob that piece of chant to sell on eBay. Like, y'all get what I mean? Boundaries are so important to have just as a human being in general. Celebrities, influencers, content creators, people with platforms or fan bases, they also deserve boundaries. But for some reason, we have completely dehumanized these types of content creators, musicians, and artists to the point where there's a new attitude that I'm seeing a lot where it's like, well, you don't deserve privacy and you don't deserve basic human respect. You actually deserve this. No one in this world owes you anything, not even someone that you chose to make famous by following them. So many people demand for people with platforms or with massive fan bases to be more human. And then when they are more human by showing emotions such as anger or sadness or depression, they start doing human things. And people are like, but not like that. What do y'all want? It makes no sense. Make it make sense. I'm obviously nowhere close to being super famous, but I do have a platform, and I knew that for me to continuously pursue being on a platform, it would come with people who are constantly criticizing how I look, how I talk, my content, my weight, everything. I know that that comes with it, but it doesn't make it okay. I don't come to your work at, I don't know, Chase Bank, go up to you and be like, I just wanted to take out some cash. But also while you're at it, I really hate your shirt and you're also kind of fat and low-key your voice is kind of annoying. Like, that's literally how it is. And I think in general, there's also just this weird picking and choosing of which celebrity gets to be more human. Certain celebrities are allowed to have families and date and make mistakes. But then when it's a K-pop idol, then it's considered too much. And it's crazy that I even have to talk about like, this is how we have sympathy and empathy for people with platforms, because then the conversation immediately stirs away from you deserve this because you signed up for it to then, well, I don't feel bad because they have money.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
which I get. Money can solve many things, and I would rather be in tears in a Bugatti, because then maybe my situation would be seen as a little bit better, you know what I mean? But also at the same time, how can certain celebrities get mental health help and use that money to hire a therapist when they're constantly being shamed for being angry or displaying emotions, or the fact that mental health is still kind of a taboo, especially in the K-pop industry? If these K-pop idols are constantly getting their resources taken away, or if they're deemed as basically unstable people for even having a girlfriend or smoking a cigarette once, and who knows how the world would react if they wanted to get help. I've seen so many people trying to get help or showing signs that they do need help, and they're just labeled as crazy, they're labeled as a hazard to other people. And then when the famous person or influencer or whatever ends up harming themselves or getting into danger or even sadly passing away, hoes be like, oh my gosh, we had no idea that this would happen, when literally all the signs were there.
What an unexpected surprise. And by unexpected, I mean completely expected.
And then they'll be like, ugh, thoughts and prayers. Bruh, your thoughts and prayers ain't gonna do squat diddly. And that's coming from a spiritual person, myself. It's time that we actually start to allow people in higher places to have bodily autonomy, to set boundaries, and to just prioritize themselves without scrutiny. There has been kind of a larger conversation around just celebrity culture in general and how it's fading away. A lot of it is because a lot of people are just tired of celebrities and influencers and stuff, but I personally think a big part of it is also because people are disinterested in the amount of work and give and take relationship that is the celebrity and fan relationship. People want things to be more intimate. People want things faster. I mean, if you look at TikTok, things are very intimate and faster. Privacy doesn't really exist anymore. Everyone shares everything all the time. What they wear, what they eat, their skincare routine, their self-care routine, their favorite things, the things that they hate. It's just extremely invasive, and this invasion has become super normalized to the point where people not only expect that from just people with platforms, but they especially expect it from people like Chaperone, like K-pop idols, just these artists who are deemed as mysterious because they refuse to give the general public a super intimate view of their lives and what they're into and what they don't like and everything, because we're so used to oversharing that when someone doesn't overshare, it's like people almost get personally offended, which is really strange. And it also just explains why people in general in society have become more entitled and rude, but that's a whole nother video for another day. It's a very strange dynamic because it's like we demand accessibility to these people, but then when they give us too much access, then we use information against them. People will warp what they've said to fit their own narrative. So in a weird, warped, twisted way, celebrities and people with platforms have to be accessible, but also like this fabricated accessibility, because if they were too accessible, that would start problems, but also if they weren't accessible at all, then that would also start problems. So it's just hard. I mean, I'm nowhere super famous or anything, but I am someone with a platform. And as someone with a platform, I've struggled with this myself of like, how accessible should I make myself? Thankfully, my fan base isn't like that, and I really love you guys, and I think it's really cool that I have cultivated a fan base that is very neutral in a lot of their stances. They're willing to hear me out, give me benefit of the doubt and grace. I think that's also because I am not afraid to share how I feel, and when I am going through something, I do tell you guys. But also, I'm not perfect, and you guys know that I'm not perfect. I don't preach perfection, and I'm also not in an industry that requires me to be perfect, but I'm also not gonna lie and be like, I don't feel pressured to be perfect at all, because that has happened and I do feel pressured. And I have been scared in the past to open up about certain things, and sometimes to this day I still struggle with that, with withholding information, withholding accessibility from fear of how people will respond. Nowadays you just don't know, because there has been times where people switch up on you, especially in your own audience. I've seen it with my own audience where they hella switch up fast
protest or get offended over something you've been talking about for years and you're like, what the? I thought we were friends. I am confuzzled. But that's just how the internet is nowadays. Very unpredictable. The smallest things trigger people nowadays. People expect you to be super chronically online and to be up to date on the latest villain or the latest cancellation. Did you know that the CEO's uncle's twice removed cousin's stepson, monkey's niece, asked for red sprinkles at an ice cream shop instead of blue? And you having that water bottle is a slap in the face to that monkey. I am at a loss for words, bitch. Like, what? How the f was I supposed to know that? Some of y'all be on the internet way too damn much. But anyways, so if something small like that can trigger people to like make a massive hate train towards you or drag you and make assumptions about your character and stuff, especially when it's unintentional or you didn't have enough knowledge at the time of whatever it was that you partook in or bought or whatever. If something that small and unintentional can cause that backlash, I can only imagine why people would be terrified to share if they have a partner, if they're going through something mentally. So I can only imagine how much more hard it is for someone who is supposed to embody literal perfection as their job 24/7 and how tiring that is. There's only so much an idol can do as an idol, because an idol is an ideal. It's supposed to be perfection. The word idol is literally an image or representation of a god as an object of worship. Okay, this is a person or thing that is greatly admired, loved, and revered. That is insane. That is crazy. That's like the second commandment, bro.
Yeah, but I'd never break the sixth commandment, dude.
These people are beyond the pedestals, okay, that many celebrities, creators, and whatever are put on. K-pop idols are looked at as gods, bro. That is how perfect they're expected to be. But they are just a human, and that is okay. The fact that they get pretty damn close to being perfect already is insanely impressive. So for people to drag them for what lipstick they wear, their partners, even when their partners aren't even problematic, for having like children and shit, and just being human, the fact that that triggers people because it gets rid of the godlike image they have of them and it supposedly reduces their aura to being a mere mortal, even if they are an impressive one. They're still human. And bro, they're allowed to do human things, especially if it's not harming anyone or anything. Also, y'all are the ones who make them famous and put them on the pedestal and put them in that godlike position in the first place. So why are y'all tripping when they don't meet that crazy expectation? But even then, toxic fans will be like, yeah, that's right. We're the reason you're famous. So you have to listen to us and do what we say. So you're not allowed to do this because we pay your bills. Is that not giving the same vibes of a narcissistic mother telling you, I brought you into this world and I can easily take you out of it? Bruh, low-key, I just triggered myself with that one. Anyways, but literally same wording, different font. Even if their job is made out to be like, you have to be an idol, you are everything, you have to be perfect. No one can do that. Not even with a bunch of money, with a bunch of fans or anything. No one, because we're all just human. We're not a Tesla robot, okay? And even then, those are flawed.
What kind of shoes are you wearing? Are those Skechers?
Well, they're kind of a part of my feet. But I don't want to give you the shoe size. I'm a little self-conscious about that.
Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched the entire thing, let me know in the comments down below by commenting a duck emoji so that I know you guys watched the entire thing. And if you did watch the entire thing, here is an internet hug. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you guys are notified whenever I upload a new video. Let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. Have you been seeing a pattern in the K-pop industry? Do you think it's going towards a good spot? Do you think it's going towards a bad spot? And remember, you're allowed to disagree with anything in this video. Just keep it nice and keep it cordial or else you'll get the chop. If you guys want to see more of me and my life, you can follow me on Instagram at _Salem Tovar_. My profile picture is me in a cowboy hat. So that is how you know that that is me. So follow me. Check out my podcast, the Salem Tovar podcast, on Spotify, Apple Music, literally everywhere. You guys know I always give you guys homework before I end each video. And my only homework for today is listen to some K-pop and don't be a jerk. I am gonna go get changed. I'm gonna go pick up my friend because we are gonna go to the Charlie XCX Sweat Tour. I'm so excited. Ooh, I just hit the Ariana Grande note. Okay. Y'all heard that? Mariah Carey who? Well, with that being said, y'all, again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next video.